All right, good evening, Who That Nation. Welcome to the WDN Chatline podcast. This is the host CB, and tonight, for the most part, I will most likely be by myself tonight. So, I'm definitely excited to be on tonight and give you guys the recap of yesterday's loss to the Houston Texans and our first preseason game. We go down 17-13, off a crazy game winner by the Houston Texans. But the good thing is only preseason, but during preseason, we want to see the backups and stuff make great plays. So we will get into that tonight. And we had a lot of young guys making great plays. We're gonna definitely get into that. But let's just go ahead and go to the comment section. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday night. I definitely just worked a 12-hour shift, but it's all good. I have the next 2 days off, so I'm feeling good about that. So let's get to the comment section. Shout out to Travis W504 said, "Who that everybody? Who that to you, Travis 504?" We got JT in the building said, "God bless the family." WDN Chatline podcast. Yes, sir, family. And shout out to the rest of the team. I see the OG Jerry Poor in the building saying WDN Chatline podcast. Shout out to the OG Jerry Poor. Shout out to RG that do the bad man saying who that to you fam. Chemo Slice said who that peeps, who that to you fam. Okay, who else we got? We got Vit Boy underscore Pain Music saying dump him book. He holding up space. I believe this was a Sean Payton move. I mean, I don't know if Sean, was going to if he knew he was going to retire early. But yeah, this definitely was a Sean Payton move with M Book, and who knows? We'll see what the future holds. We'll get into that. I don't want to say too much on him right now. Okay, who else we got? I believe that's about it. Just want to give everyone a shout out, man. Get your names on the list. I see Miss Anna. She said, "Hey CB, how you doing, Miss Anna? I'm definitely having a blessed night. Was able to go to work today, so that's always a great thing." And I see Wallace Smith said, "Who that, my brother? Showing you some love, here, brother. Shout out to you, fam, and who that to you." Okay, so I will get back to the comment section as the show goes along. But yeah, basically tonight, just want to recap um yesterday's preseason loss and how we break it down, how we break down games for the new listeners that may not know. We start on the offense, we break it down, defense break it down. Special teams really wasn't well. I'm not gonna say it wasn't too much because we got a backup kicker. He made a 36-yard field goal. We may need him later on. That's why backups are important during this time of the season. We get to see what kind of depth we have. So yeah, that's basically how we break it down. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And you guys definitely be live in the comment sections. I'm gonna read a lot of comments. It won't be a very long show tonight, but I will put the link in the comment section so you guys can feel free to call in and give your thoughts on yesterday's game. So we're gonna start on the offensive side. The offensive side, I'm gonna just read the stats by all of our backups. I'm not going to Traquan and them. They had a catch, or so Marquez had a catch for 19 yards. I'm not going to talk about those guys. I really just want to talk about the guys that's trying to make a name for themselves. So we know what Andy Dalton did. Of course, he's our backup. That's a great thing that he came in and was able to move the offense down the field like that. 5 for 5, 61 yards, a TD. Hell of a job by Andy Dalton. Okay, M Book, my guy mentioned it earlier, man. He was 15 for 22, 121 yards, one interception, and then we all seen two turnovers from him. We go down to the running backs. We got Smith, Abram Smith. He had 7 attempts for 30 yards. That was a little over 4 yards a pop, so that's pretty good for the rookie. So shout out to him. Surprisingly, Tony Jones Jr., which started, he didn't start, but he was backing up Dwayne Washington yesterday. I want to get into that. He had 7 attempts for 27 yards. Dwayne Washington had 9 attempts for 19 yards. And then we go to the receivers. Dixon had 3 receptions for 33 yards. Kwan Baker, 2 receptions for 31 yards. Dwayne Washington had 3 receptions for 18 yards. And we're going to talk about the two rookies, Olave and Penny. Olave had a catch for 4 yards, but just I'm not going. We had Am Book out there after the first drive, so I'm not gonna, knock that against Olave. We really won't be able to see Olave unless Andy Dalton is out there playing more than one drive, or Jameis is out there. So that's when we'll really get to see the look on Chris Olave, as we all can see. Ian definitely is not going to give us a good look with Chris Olave. Okay, so yeah, the offensive side, that was the stats for that. So we're going to start with the rookies. Let's start, and I'm talking about the first round picks. Let's start with Trevor Penning. What is y'all's thoughts in the comment section? My takeaway on Trevor Penning was I was surprised that he played. I mean, he basically played the entire game. I believe that Coach DA wanted to see a lot of Trevor Penning, see just get a lot of film work early on him because they may see him as a starter starting off, or he just may be not as up to speed as we may think he is. And the gap, I seen a tweet by Nick Underhill, saying maybe the gap between these two is, you know, wider than what we took it to be. I mean, I don't know, but it's good they want to see a lot of tape on Trevor Penning right away. I believe that's why he played that long. But going up against some backups, he done okay. He had one penalty, I believe it was on third down, a holding call. We all know the penalty issues he had in um what school, in Iowa or Northwestern, that he led the league, led the whole NCAA in penalties. So he definitely had to knock down on that. But yeah, he done okay. He done okay. But yeah, that's really my takeaway from Trevor Penning. But I think the reason why he played a lot last night is due to the coaches just wanting to get a lot of film on him and correct his mistakes early. I still believe the plan is to have Trevor Penning out there week one. I believe that's the plan. I just think they're trying to nip, all the miscues in the bud right now. Okay, let's see. Any thoughts on Trevor? Rose City said Penning is young and raw. Yeah, and I heard a lot of guys saying that. Um, yes, he's raw. Some, I mean, even when he got drafted, it was a lot of people saying that it's going to take time for him to groom in and get right. I believe he can be a week one starter, but I don't think he's reached his ceiling yet. I mean, I think he got a lot of potential, definitely a lot of potential. So shout out to Trevor. We've seen a lot of him. We'll see what the future holds with him, but hopefully he learns from his miscues and just get better as time go. We can move on to Chris Olave. Chris Olave had one catch, the play action dump pass to him. That's really all we could get from him last night, and that was just due to M. Book. M. Book wasn't able to, really get nothing going offensively. He had a few throws, late in the second, maybe a few throws into the third quarter, but we definitely didn't get enough from M. Book, so I won't put that on Chris Olave. And once again, like I said, we're really going to see what Olave can do in game action when it's Jameis out there or Dalton. If Jameis not playing next week, if they sit Jameis out again next week, I believe Dalton will get probably about 3 to 4 series in. So we'll really get to see what Chris Olave can do next week. So shout out to both of those guys. We can move on to M Book. M Book now looking at the way he played, and I'm not writing nobody off. It's way too early to be writing someone off. But he's had a year on his belt, a year in the system. I believe he could have played a little bit better than what he did last night, especially with 2 turnovers. Those were 2 fumbles. I don't know if it was communication with the center or what it was, but to me it looked like he just fumbled it on his own. I mean, that's what those 2 fumbles looked like. So it, I'm just glad we signed Andy Dalton. I'm glad that they didn't try to go with M Book is backing up Winston. At least at this point, who knows, M Book can get better, but he's definitely not developed at this stage right now. So I don't know, man. I see some comments on M Book. It said Book will be on the practice squad. I can see that. I mean, I definitely don't see no team grabbing them unless they think that they can work with them. And like I said, I'm not writing M Book. I'm not gonna write them off. Saying cutting stuff. This the man's second year in the league, so we gotta put that into consideration. I wasn't expecting the man to come out and be competing. No, no, no. I'm gonna take that back. When Sean Payton brought him in, I believe that Sean was gonna try to eventually groom him and have him competing this year for at least a starting spot. I thought that was the vision for Sean, but I don't know. I don't know if it was a real vision for. I believe it was a vision for Sean, but it might have just been he was available at that spot in the draft. But it's early on in book. I'm not gonna write the man off, but he definitely has to improve on stuff that he was having miscues with. Fumbling at the snap, that has nothing to do with you know being a rookie or this being your second year in the league. That has nothing to do with that. You've been in training camp. You get your cadence right. Jameis and Andy Dalton is in front of you. So anything you should be. I mean, you should be busting your butt trying to grasp the playbook, get everything right. You working with, the backups. The guys you was playing with, that's who you throwing to in practice. I mean, Jameis and Andy throw to those guys as well, but he definitely gets work in with those guys. So it shouldn't have been no communication issues like that. But once again, I'm pretty sure Andy Dalton is going to get more run next week, so we will be able to see guys like Olave, get some work. I definitely want to see that. So, and but man, it ain't looking too good right now, but we will see. And Jerry said, or him, but will get cut. I don't know. I think regardless of how Book would have played, excuse me, regardless of how Book would have played this preseason, Andy Dalton was going to be the backup, regardless. So instead of just having that third QB spot, I believe he was fighting for the third QB spot, but it's looking like he's not going to have that spot, so they're going to have him on the practice squad. If you got a QB playing pretty, well in the preseason, you want to hold on to that guy. You don't want to put him on your practice squad to where somebody can grab him. I mean, that goes with any player, but it is what it is. Hopefully, he can get better. So, shout out to Ian Book. You a Saint, so I'm gonna shout you out. Okay, so now let's get to the running back. I was shocked to see Dwayne Washington get the nod over Tony Jones. Now, I'm not gonna say that they gonna rotate them starting wise or not like that. to me, with them starting Dwayne over Tony Jones, that tells me that Dwayne Washington been having a better camp. Things that we hadn't been seeing for the ones that hadn't been live in camp. I haven't been live at a training camp practices. I just see what videos these guys that's been there seeing. But then the guys that's really giving these videos and stuff out, they getting shots of the Michael Thomases and the Alaves, the wild players. But when we get to like the Dwayne Washingtons and Tony Jones, I personally really hadn't seen too much, of practice film with them. But I just know coming into last year, Tony Jones was getting high praise from Sean, and you know, it, really he pushed Latavius out the door. He really pushed Latavius out the door. If Tony Jones really wasn't rocking like that, I believe Latavius probably would have got a shot to remain on the team, regardless of taking a pay cut or not. But Dwayne Washington, we know he's been a special team guy. Definitely showed his run and pass catchability. I mean, and running back three is crucial because you don't know. AK is kind of looking like AK gonna be able to play with us this season, but you don't know, man. We got injuries. That's why depth is important. Injuries is gonna happen somewhere. I mean, that's just part of football. You're gonna face adversity with injuries at some position. So it's always good to have depth. Dwayne, he provides, in other areas that need like special teams. He's a great special team player. So to me, it's looking like he is it winning that matchup for running back three. His numbers once again, he had no, he had 9 attempts for 19 yards, three receptions for 18 yards. We had M Book playing quarterback, so that kind of messes up your running back flow and your receiver flow. And I see we got my co-host Miss Carly in the building. Carly, how you doing?
I am doing good. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I'm late. You know I had to be here.
Oh, you fine, Carla. So yeah, basically I'm just on the offensive side. I know you want to give your thoughts on M Book. We wasn't able to really, see our backups offensively like our receivers and running backs get run like that, due to the quarterback. So you want to get thoughts on him? We wasn't able to see nothing from Olave, because Ian couldn't get off. So what's your thoughts on Ian Book's performance?
Um, honestly, I'm okay with it. Like I'm not too mad. I mean, I'm not too happy about it, so I'm very neutral on the situation. Reason being, he played with a bunch of third string guys, and even though he had three interceptions, he also has done some good things as well. When you watch the game, you see that he used his leg to get to get first downs for us to extend the plays. Um, he didn't make too many errors to me as far as like just randomly throwing the ball for to the defense. And what I mean by that is, yes, he got interceptions, but those interceptions could have been avoidable. One had the receiver turn his head on one play. You know what I'm saying? Like it was bittersweet for me with Ing because I felt like he's been in the system already. So even though he was a third string, not only that, but he also, when all of our guys went down last season and he had to start for us and his whole family came down when we lost the game to Miami. He started in the football game before, in an NFL game before. So it's not like none of this is new to him. That was the most frustrating thing for me because he's gotten the experience, although he's 2 years in. Unfortunately and fortunately for him, he got to play in the actual NFL game real time to see how fast an actual game goes. So for me, when you do that and you come into a preseason game and then you have a defense like the Texans, who their third string guys are in as well, and you knowing how fast paced the actual real game is, and you weren't able to take advantage of that with your experience that you have over those guys, it was disappointing. Um, he was a better running back than he was. A quarterback. Funny enough, because we say that a lot about Taysom too, but
Mhm.
um, it was just plenty of times I was screaming, get Ian Book off my team, you know. But then when I look at his situation and what he was working with, I kind of, you know, backed off him a little bit because at the end of the day, offensively, our team is deep. I'm
Right.
more mad at Traquan Smith than I am at Ian Book, you know? Because to me, Ian Book was a Sean Payton guy. I feel like when they drafted him thinking that they was gonna get a Drew Brees type guy, 6 feet. You know, he looked at him as, oh, this is gonna be a a second coming to Drew, and we didn't get that.
Right. I feel you on that. And it's interesting you bring up Traquan. He was out there playing what? I mean, he was out there, I believe it, in the second half getting reps in. That ain't really looking too good. If you gonna be in the game plan, Callaway got a few reps and then he was done. But Traquan was out there with, the practice squad players in the second half playing.
Right.
So I mean, that ain't really looking too good for Traquan, which is okay with me, but
But that's
we
also
really
my point when
might.
I say that's also my point when I say offensively our roster is so deep because we have somebody like Traquan playing with the second and third strings. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Right.
which is what I was talking about. But that was frustrating to me with Ian Book, and it was just like you had guys out there that is very familiar with the system, and you still couldn't get it going. There were certain plays he made up with his legs, but still, as a quarterback, what you were doing out there was just unforgivable.
Right. And I see a comment by Miss Anna. She said I wasn't shocked, and she responded to Dwayne Washington getting the start over Tony Jones. She said Tony Jones did not impress me last year.
Yeah,
I,
but Dwayne Washington, you know, if y'all watch our show, go 2 shows back, he was one of the players that was on my bubble list, which is why I was happy to see him starting over Tony Jones because he was on my bubble list. So it showed that he still had a little amp, a little pep in his step. So I was okay with that one.
right. I know Tony Jones last season he had a hell of a preseason, and then he was battling an ankle injury. But he's fully healthy now. And, like I was saying, we when it comes to the Dwayne Washingtons and Tony Jones, we're really not getting shown a lot of tape from them. From our Saints peers, it's really just like the Michael Thomases and the Laves and the AK. So Dwayne might be out working them right now. I don't know, but I know Dwayne is needed in more areas than Tony Jones is. Dwayne is a great special team player for us as well. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And while you here, Farley, what's your thoughts on Trevor Penning? I gave my thoughts on him. I know you want he played late in the ball game. So how you feeling on Trevor Penning?
You know, I felt like he did exactly what we thought he was gonna do and when we seen him, you know, at the what was it called? Because my mind is blank. When we seen him at practice, that's what I'm gonna call it because I can't think of the camp, what the camp is called. Right, training camp. When we seen him at training camp, you know, we kept complaining about, come on, Trevor, you gotta let go. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold them for too long. You know, once they're out of the pocket, you can let go. You don't have to continue holding him. Like we kept saying, that's gonna be a flag, that's gonna be a flag, and that's exactly what it was. So I'm not mad because he's a rookie and it's preseason, and I know it's just something that he can clean up. It gives them something to work with, something to him for him to focus on to better his game. So I like the physicality that he had, but the holding, which we knew since training camp, it came back somebody that's a player too. But I'm not surprised by that. But I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what he does further along once the season actually starts. Hopefully, he cleans it up.
Agree. And shout out to Kyler Great 84. Shout out to Pammy Whammy, Randy Major. I see y'all in the building. Shout out to all the new listeners tuning in. Kyler Great said two players that stand out in my opinion were Chase Hansen and Dwayne Washington, and another player that stand out was Abram Smith. We'll get into Chase Hansen. Well, I say Chance Chase Hansen in a few minutes. But yeah, Dwayne Washington definitely he done great. Well, he done good, and along with Abram Smith, welcome to the league. His first NFL game, he had some good runs. But yeah, what I was saying earlier about Olave, uh, he had one reception for 4 yards. I believe we won't really see more of him until Andy Dalton gets out there, you know, or Jameis. I'm talking about in this preseason. I doubt Jameis probably won't play next week, so we should get at least 3-4 series with Andy Dalton. So we will be able to see more of Chris Olave. So you agree with that, Carla? We only
Oh,
seen that.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think him getting in, even in this preseason game, was just to give him an idea of how fast paced the NFL can be, you know? But I think we would definitely see him more down the line. But I was happy that we didn't really get to see him. It's because after watching all these other teams and seeing like uh, a lot of players getting hurt on other teams, it's like I'm kind of happy that they reserved him like they did. Like I'm willing to wait for the regular season to come if it means our guys can stay healthy. But I agree completely. I think we will see more of Olave when we get James at quarterback.
Facts. And I see some comments about Lattimore coming in at 89. Please, who that nation? Don't buy into that. If that's the NFL Network Top 100, let's not buy into that. We know Sean is not the 89th best player, based off of this past season. Like Jalen Ramsey, he already done nipped that in the bud. Jalen said it's him and Marshawn. That's what that is. So yeah, we don't need to say too much on that. I just seen a few comments. Okay, so we can go ahead. You mentioned Traquan Smith, so yeah, that's pretty much it on the offensive side. We seen a few notable players, but really the ones we just discussed, the Dwaynes, the M Books, um, the our two first round picks. Those are the guys that's gonna start or provide us depth. So that was important for to talk about those guys. So we can go to the defensive side. And Miss Carly, I'm gonna let you start out on the most notable player. So what was your thoughts on Chase Hansen's performance?
Oh man, Chase Hansen was incredible to me. He showed exactly why the Saints keep bringing him back with his strong performance. That crazy run he made for the 42 yards interceptions return. It was incredible because we all this whole time has been talking about the linebacker position, especially with Quan Alexander going to the New York Jets. We've been talking about what we're going to do at linebacker, what we're going to do at linebacker. We're going to bring back Chase Hansen, and we're going to show you what we're going to do at linebacker. And that's exactly what he did. He was explosive. He kept his eye on the ball. He watched the quarterback the entire play, and he can run for a big guy. I mean, he's 6'3" and 222 pounds. About I think that's what they had him listed as, and it was
Right.
just incredible to see because that was the spot that we was most concerned about. You know, it really was. So I was happy what I seen with Chase. I'm like, he has to make the 53-man roster. If he had to do like a audition for the team, that was it for me. But the most spectacular thing about Chase to me was he said 6 months ago he just had hip surgery. you couldn't tell from the way he ran that 42-yard return. The way that he was playing, you cannot tell that he had surgery on his hip. So that's what I was most impressed by, because who do you know come back 6 months from a hip surgery and play the way that he played and made a name for himself?
Right. And like you said, he's been in and out.
Hmm.
For
Undrafted out of
some of
Utah
the
since
team.
2019.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he started out as a safety. I'm not sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing on that, but I believe he was a safety coming out of Utah. But anyway, man, this was my most important, player of the night out of everybody, even besides the because we've been preaching and preaching about the lack of depth at the linebacker position. Once you go past the Mario and Pete, who do we have following those guys? Yes, we brought in Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson played, he played good last night. Really, that he made the deflection to allow Chase Hansen to get that interception. So yeah, he had some good moments. But yeah, besides Pete and Demario, it's kind of we don't know who gonna be that next man up. Yeah, we have Caden Ellis and Zach Bond and stuff, but have we really been confident in those guys? To step up if one of our starters go out. We see Pete battling a growing injury right now. We don't know how far that's gonna linger. So it's great to see backups. Like I said, preseason is important. I know, it's preseason don't count and stuff, but this is great opportunity to see what your depth is looking like, and
Correct.
hopefully
Because
Chase.
because like I said, it's just like another audition, and that in your performance in the
Mhm.
preseason can knock another player out of on the team, and you can take their position, because it's a business at the end of the day. If Chase Hansen is playing better than Caden Ellis and everybody else that we have in backup and linebacker, then give him that spot, because we need the players that's going to put us in the best position to win. So preseasons definitely matter.
Facts. And just some stats I wrote down is he had four
Yes.
tackles. Two of those tackles was for loss, and that we know that first
Mhm.
play stood out. Then he
Mhm.
had a pass deflection and along with an interception. So that's not bad numbers for Chase Hansen. So hopefully he can keep it up. Um, and yeah, we need. I want to see some great backup linebacker play just so we'll be good. If one of our starters go down, we gotta have depth. We gotta have depth. So shout out to him. Also, some other highlights was Justin Evans. We know Justin Evans was a high draft pick a few years ago, and then he's been derailed by injuries. I believe this guy can. I believe he will make the practice squad. Um, but who knows? If someone goes down, I'm confident in this guy being excellent backup on the team. But I definitely see him making the 53. He had a great night as well with a interception. So shout out to Justin Evans. So what's your thoughts on Justin Evans, Carlin? You got any
I
thoughts? He
think
just
I think he would fit well. I think he would fit well with the system he is experienced. And I really love his play last night. The interception, the not just the interception, but he dived for the interception
Mhm.
on Driscoll. So that was impressive to me, because when you're a safety at the position that he's playing, and I'm saying because we still have Marcus May, you know, and there are still other guys. You
Right.
want somebody that's gonna be that risk taker, somebody that if the ball is not touching your hand, but you can still make a play on it, you're going to go and make a play on it. And that's what I loved about him, because that's the type of play that we've been asking from. Not, I don't mean to go back on offense, but that's the type of play that we've been asking from Traquan, from Marquez when we didn't have a receiver, and to see somebody as a safety who could have easily just let the ball hit the ground and let it be an incomplete pass, but instead he knew that he can get to the ball. He dived for it and got us our second interception of the night. To me, that was extremely impressive because you have receivers who's not even going to go for that kind of play and make that kind of play on the ball, and he did. So
Facts.
I agree with you. I hope that he makes the practice squad. I would like to see him on this team because he would be great depth. And clearly, he's going to do what needs to be done to help get the team a W at the end of the day. And he would also be someone great to put in, like if we're blowing the team out and we just need somebody in the game to rest our starters. He would be a great option as well. I wish for him to stay on the team, but I was very impressed with him as well. I think I was impressed with our whole defense, honestly. But Justin Evans in particular, I'm happy with him. I liked what I saw from him.
Okay. Well, shout out to Justin Evans. Hope things work out for him. He said he been battling some injuries, so hopefully he gets a roster spot. If not a roster spot, practice squad. So let's read a few comments. Shout out to Kyler Great. You wanna read that, Carla?
Our first string defense handled business, and most of our starters didn't play, and they still dominated. But that's just how explosive this team is on both sides of the ball. And I agree completely. I mean, we started off three and out with them, put our offense on the field. Offense came down swinging, touchdown. Defense back in, still making them scramble, still making them look so confused on offense with the Texans. I agree. Our defense definitely handled business, and that's why I'm excited because we didn't even get to see the main guys on defense. That's how good this defense is.
Facts. And Wallace Smith, he wanna know how you doing, Carla. He said, Miss Lovely Carla.
I'm doing good, Wallace. How you doing? Who that? Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Who that? And the OG said, I'll call in next time when I return from Cleveland, Ohio, with my dad going to see my aunt Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Return Saturday morning or Sunday morning. Shout out to the OG, man. Yeah, man, go see your family. Have a good time with them, man. It's nothing like, some loyal family members at the end of the day. Fam over everything. So shout out to you, man. Have a good time. And for the ones that don't know, I'll put the link in the comments. If you guys would like to call in and give us your thoughts on Saturday night's preseason game, you can. If not, it's okay. Just want to get a little feedback from you all. Just know that the line is open. I'll put it in the comment section. But safe travels, OG. Okay, shout out to Teacher Covington. Evans might start at safety until May suspension done. Ooh, that's interesting. I believe they gonna go with PJ, regardless of which safety position it is. Because I think May and Honey Badger they gonna be doing a lot of flip flopping. I believe they both of them gonna be playing free and strong safety. Both gonna be operating in the box. Both is gonna be freelancing back there, but not freelance. Just being an overseer. So yeah, I believe they're going to go with PJ if May got to serve a suspension. Hopefully he doesn't, because I want to see Marcus May. We brought him in, so that's basically it. We can read a few more rookies that had turnovers. Shout out to B Allen. I don't know his first name. I'm gonna be honest with you. First time, seeing him work last night. He had a nice interception. So shout out to B Allen, cornerback, and then Jay Romeo had a 36-yard field goal. You see what happened last year with Will Lutz. This is football. We don't know what injuries may come where. You want to
Yep.
see guys
Yep.
producing.
Yep,
that's not a
that
start.
was gonna be my next person to talk about too, our kicker, because we've been struggling at that position and haven't really been trusting too many kickers. And to see
Hmm.
him just make one in the preseason was huge because it gave us faith that if not Will Lutz, then at least we have somebody that know how to kick directly down the goalpost, you know?
Right.
So that was fun to see.
That's fast. Yeah, shout out to J Romeo, J Romo. I can kind of get crazy with these names. I gotta excuse me. Shout out to Flavor. He said Book look awful. Yeah, fam. He definitely did look awful.
He just didn't look like a second year quarterback who has a year of experience under his belt, including a starting game. You know, it was hard to watch.
Right. And for yeah, you gotta forgive me. Just forgive me on the names.
Tedra.
Oh man.
He means no harm, y'all.
Wait, Kyler Great said Brian Allen brother. Oh, okay, you meaning his first name. Okay, I thought you were saying that he was your brother. Okay, and I see our other co-host WD in the building. Shout out to WD. Had some things come up. Shout out to you, fam. And Anna said I was so happy to see Will Lutz.
I was
And
happy to see honestly everybody, you know, because it's a new system under Dennis Allen, so it is unpredictable, you know. Like with Sean Payton, we kind of knew what he was going to do, but with Dennis Allen and with everybody being back, it's exciting to see because I feel like we're refreshed and we're different and we're unpredictable now.
that's facts, Carl. Next Gaming said, "You remember me?" Oh yeah, most definitely, fam. You already know that. Shout out to Next Gaming. He subbed up when I had my man stream going on. So shout out to you, man, and welcome to the pod. Okay, well I don't see anybody else calling in. That's basically what we wanted to come on and do tonight. Was just give a quick recap on the preseason. Of course, our starters, wasn't playing, so we wasn't going deep, into discussion. Just wanted to highlight, these unnotable rookies. Film was unnoticeable to me, especially Brian Allen and Romo, the kicker. These are guys. Chase Hansen, yeah, I remember him being on the squad, but he definitely didn't have a preseason game like this. Maybe the potential and talent was there. I know he was battling injuries. He's able to display now, so we here to see it. And I'm wishing nothing but great things from him because we definitely need it. So, any final thoughts, Carly,
Yes,
on our
actually,
recap?
I just want who that nation to know. If our biggest problem that we have on this New Orleans Saints team is our third string quarterback, we are in phenomenal hands. Like there is no need for you guys to worry who that nation. Y'all got to remember, Ian Book is a third string. We still have Andy Dalton. We still have Jameis Winston. He didn't play with Michael Thomas, Elvin Kamara. We didn't have all of those guys playing. So don't stress about this preseason with Ian Book. If that's y'all's biggest concern, please understand that the Saints is in a phenomenal position. If that's the biggest concern that you have with this team is a third string quarterback.
That's facts. And you're right, Carly. If Andy Dalton would have been doing that, then hell yeah, we would be on here
Thanks.
pretty
Send
much
that red
just
head,
say,
Ginger.
yeah, if Andy Dalton was doing that, then oh yeah, it's time for concern. So yeah, just like Carly said, let's don't put too much pressure on him. He's still, even though we expected more than that, uh, we expected more than that from Ian Book, but he still got a little bit of time to get it right, especially with him being QB3. Hopefully he does. Um, it can be a nice backup to us because we know this is going to be running through Jameis. So, so that about wraps up the show tonight. The recap show. Want to thank all the listeners for tuning in. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, if you guys missed it, WD created a fantastic highlight video of the Mario Davis, our leader. You guys want to get some
Incredible,
goosebumps?
man.
You guys want to get some goosebumps? We know he had fantastic videos and stuff of these other players, but we know the spokesperson that Mario Davis is for the team. So when you listen to um these speeches and stuff that he has on this highlight reel, it's going to give you guys goosebumps. So please go check that out, man. And shout out to the whole team. Shout out to WD, wasn't able to be on tonight. Shout out to Uptown, the same with him. He wasn't able to be on tonight. Shout out to Miss Carly for chiming in, helping me
Oh.
out tonight. And once again, shout out to the whole WDN. The lineup for this week, we play Friday. We
Mm-hmm.
play Friday. So let's see.
Mainstream Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, mainstream gonna be Wednesday, Thursday, probably Wednesday. Yeah, it'll be Wednesday. Wednesday night around, let's see, around 9, no, 8 Eastern time. Excuse me, 8 Central time. 8 Central time, 9 Eastern time. For the ones that's on the East Coast, 9 Eastern time. For the ones in the city, it's gonna be 8. So 8 o'clock. It's gonna be mainstream Wednesday night. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Other than that, this is the WDN Chatline podcast, and we are out. Who
Who
that?
that?